Shanti. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another session of Wednesday Wellness with the Brahma Kumaris. We've been exploring the spiritual powers, and today we are going to look into power to withdraw. Power to withdraw. In Hindi, it's called Sankirna Karne Ki Shakti. Is when I just detach from everything external. So this power is also called power to detach. And why this power is very important is because unless I withdraw from everything external, I cannot go within. So we've looked into, power to face, power to tolerate and accommodate and decide and discern. And for all of this, I need power to withdraw. This is also called power of detachment or power to detach, or also power to introspect. Because what I'm doing here is I'm detaching or withdrawing from everything external and going within and connecting to the internal. So, we live in this world, we are living this life, a very busy life indeed, with a lot of things happening. Um, not a single person can say that, you know, everything is fine in my life. There's always something that's going on. There are situations, there are, you know, health issues, something or the other that keeps coming up. And power to withdraw helps me to disconnect from all of this that's happening and connect myself to the true being that I am. So I should know to practice this power to withdraw. I should know what I want to withdraw from, but I should also know what I need to connect to. That's when it works. It's not, withdraw. The term withdraw is usually used as a way of disinterest, or, sometimes we can say that, oh, I'm just withdrawing from all of this. I'm not interested. But this is not what power to withdraw means. Power to withdraw means that I'm pretty much aware, and it's a choice that I make to withdraw from external, going within, connecting to the internal. So the picture that we usually refer to when we discuss power to withdraw is of a tortoise. So when the tortoise sees any danger, it just withdraws into the shell. It withdraws into the shell. The tortoise doesn't participate in whatever is happening outside or the danger, but goes within, chooses to become introverted. And in this action of being introverted, the tortoise feels safe. It disengages, withdraws, and then comes back into action. So that is power to withdraw. Also, when we hear the word introverted, we feel it's more about, again, disengaging from people. I'm an introverted person. I don't like talking too much. I just like to be by myself alone. So that's what people talk, right? When they say introverted, or this person is introverted. But introversion, again, in a spiritual context, is going within, exploring more of the silence within, being comfortable in my own company. And again, it's not because of dislike, it's not because of some fear, it's not because of a low self esteem, but it's because I like being in my company, because I can explore a lot of things when I'm in my company. And if we really think about it, what is it to be like in one's own company? We hardly spend time with ourselves. We are constantly with all these gadgets and, the phones and all of that. We are so extroverted in terms of, being constantly out there, trying to prove myself, trying to do things. So instead of being, I've become a doing, right? I'm a doer. We hardly sit with the self. We hardly sit and introspect or even contemplate. When we hear something nice, when we hear something positive, and many times we say, yes, I know this, I know this. So when I say I know this, I'm just shutting off any chance of even that positive knowledge going inside, going within. Because here I create a barrier of I know, or I've heard this. I'm not allowing it to come inside, go within. And the other thing is sometimes we're so scared to even sit in our own presence because we don't know what we might just bump into. It could be some old sanskar, it could be, you know, some feeling or maybe an emotion that I had not paid attention to. I was just trying to push that away and I thought it's gone. And only to my surprise, when I sit in my own company, it just pops up. And why is it popping up? It's popping up because it needs some attention. An example is think about it. There's a closet which was just not visited in like say 10 years, just closed. Nobody accessed it. Has been there for a long time. Nobody accessed it. But now I want to clean it, but I don't have the strength to access it because I don't know if I open it, what all I'm going to see. So I choose to just procrastinate and push it and say, oh, I'll do it, I'll take care of it one day, one day. But the day I start to take care of it, I realize that there is so many treasures, so many jewels that were hidden inside. We come across some nice of course we will have a lot of dirt and dust and maybe some insects and all the cobwebs and all of that, but there are some things hidden, good memories hidden, some precious jewels hidden. I don't even know because I didn't access it for such a long time. So power to withdraw is providing me this opportunity to go within, to be with my own self, check, contemplate. It's okay if some things come out, but also look at the jewels that are there. So in the Brahma Kumaris, we have something called the traffic control. So this traffic control is reminding us every hour that, come on, let's withdraw. Let's withdraw from all this chaos outside. Let's withdraw from everything that I was doing. Let's go within, connect to my true self, connect to the soul that I am, connect to my self respect, connect to my inner peace, for 30 seconds and then come back into action. Just this little bit of disengagement from outside, connecting to within. 30 seconds, 1 minute, every hour fills the soul with so much power that my next 59 minutes are actually taken care of. We have heard this term that all of the discoveries and inventions that the scientists make is all in silence. Power of silence is needed for any invention or any discovery to happen. When Newton discovered gravity, he was sitting alone, just observed the apple falling, but in silence. The aha moments come in silence. The aha moments cannot come when I'm too much constantly busy, when I'm constantly in the what is it called, the active mode or the busy mode. The aha moments in life come when I am in the silent mode. And one of the things that's needed is even silencing my cell phone. So for this week, let's take some moments of silence. We have this app which can help you. It's called B Zone, Beezone. It's a free app you can download. It will play a music or just remind you that, come on, it's time to withdraw. Every hour, you can set your time, you can choose what music you would like to hear, even the thoughts that you want to practice during your 30 seconds or a minute of practicing introvertedness or introspection or disengagement. It's a free app. So let's practice this power to withdraw. Maybe you're in the middle of a meeting, a discussion that's going on, but I can still choose to withdraw. And you'll see that when you withdraw, when a lot of thoughts are going on, a lot of discussions happening, this one saying this, and then when I'm out there, sometimes I might not even get that clarity of thought or clarity of what's needed. But when I choose to withdraw, in those 30 seconds, suddenly everything will be clear because I'm tapping into that inner silence. I'm connecting to my true self-respect. And then I come back into action, being more powerful, being more clear with my thoughts. And you can practice this. You'll see. When I withdraw and come back, you'll see the difference. In fact, even by the end of the day, you will see the difference that, there's less tiredness of the mind because the mind is tired by the end of the day. The mind is creating so many thoughts. You're constantly thinking, doing. We don't give any breaks. So power to withdraw helps me to give this break in a healthy way, not to be afraid of, but in a healthy way. Something amazing would just come up, just like, in science, a new discovery happens or something happens. We might just discover something new about the self or something new about the task that I'm taking care of. Just a new way of doing it, new way of being, new way of feeling. So that's power to withdraw. Also, when we use the word detachment, detachment again is not, I'm just detaching because of some disinterest, but detachment again is that I'm detaching from the external things that are happening. So I'm detaching my sense organs from all of the external. I go within, I connect my thoughts to my true divine being, to my virtues, to a self respect. I stabilize myself in that self respect or that stage for some time, and I come back into action with the awareness of being in that self respect. So it's not that I'm just disengaging, but when I come back and I engage, I'm coming back with a new awareness, the new energy, new feeling. This newness stays with me for some time, and that's fine, even if it stays with me for next couple of minutes, still better, still okay, rather than just getting discharged. It's staying with me for some time, but it's a good reminder every hour to go back, disengage, engage, come back. And what I'm doing in this process is I'm also disengaging from waste and negative. So, for example, sometimes we might have some people in our life who just like to gossip a lot, or who just keep on talking about this person and that person, and this one did this and that one did this, and they can go on for a long time. And sometimes, because of the relationship probably, or just being polite, uh, we don't tell them that, let's change the conversation, or, I really don't want to hear this. I really am not interested in this conversation. So what we can do is withdraw, withdraw. So what I'm doing is I'm not participating in that conversation, not actively participating in that conversation. I'm not letting someone else's thoughts and ideas of about another person affect me. I'm not taking it inside, because now I have withdrawn. I've withdrawn my sense organs. I have withdrawn from all of that external. And as I'm listening to them talking, I'm hearing it, but I'm not listening to it. I'm not letting it go within. I am not letting it create an impression or leave any kind of emotions or feelings. So I hear it, and inside I'm having a dialogue, thinking about, you know, how am I, what am I feeling as I'm hearing this? Let me send a lot of good wishes to this soul who is taking sorrow from someone else's behavior. Let me send good wishes to the other person that they're talking about. So these are the ways that I can actually empower myself and also empower others in a very silent way. Yesterday I was having a conversation with one of our sisters, and she had mentioned about, some miscommunication within the family with one of her siblings. And she had, she didn't know what to do. She was trying to explain her side of the story, but, the brother was not ready to listen. Um, definitely not understanding her point of view, where she was coming from. And then she asked, Sister, what should I do? And she was advised to, if he needs that time and space, give it to him. Don't try to push. Don't try to push through. Don't try to, um, prove something. Don't try to get his approval. Don't try to, push your side of the story, or try to prove that I was right, or just that this is what I meant, or this was what I felt, or this was my true bhavna, or this feeling towards you, or, sometimes people are not ready to listen, forget about understand. So give them that time and space. But what should I do when I give them that time and space is really important. So she was told that when you think of him, just give him a lot of good wishes. Just send him love, send him peace. And one day he will come back. And that's what happened. She said that after, I think, a couple of months later, um, he gave her a call, and as if nothing had happened. And this is what our good wishes and pure feelings can do. They can actually transform or empower the other soul. But it has to come from within. And it has to come from my own stage of disengaging. Because otherwise, what happens is, even though we give the other person that time and space, but in our thoughts, I'm constantly engaging with them. I'm constantly thinking about them. I'm still in the past trying to prove myself. I'm still thinking about, I should have said this, or maybe I should have approached it this way, or done this and all that. So I'm still engaged. But true disengagement, true withdrawal is that I withdraw from all of these feelings, emotions, everything. And I'm in this state of inner wisdom, inner stability, empowering the self, sending these vibrations to the soul. That's it. I'm not even expecting anything out of it. I'm just being in this stage. And that is power to withdraw. So, should we practice power to withdraw? So, I want you can close your eyes. Take a deep breath, inhale and exhale. The body that I see is external. There's a lot more that happens within this body. The organs that are not visible, the blood that flows, the heart that pumps, the brain, stomach, the kidneys, the liver, the lungs. They are all functioning in a very incognito way. Just as there's this external world, within this body, there's an internal world that continues. And in the same way, there's an internal world in my mind, this internal world that is created through my thoughts. So let me withdraw from the external and check my inner world, your mind. Visualize an empty room. This empty room is your inner world. Look around this room. Look at the walls, the floor, ceiling of this room. Visualize this room being filled, white light. This is the light of peace and purity. And now you have a choice to decorate this room. You have a choice to paint the walls. You have a choice to bring in things in this room, to decorate it. How would you like to decorate? Would you like the room to be packed? Or would you like a very open, elegant feeling, an elegant look, soul? Looking at this room as a detached observer, this is my space. And I choose how to decorate it. As I come back into the awareness, my actions, I bring back the energy, feeling of peace, feeling of safety, feeling of self belief. So how would I like to decorate my room? Decorate the space that I create inside my inner space. And the beauty about this space is it's my private go-to space. What happens after some time of creating this space, visiting it again and again through meditation or through this practice of power to withdraw, it becomes a natural habit. So even as I'm talking to someone, I can still visit that space, the space, that my personal space within. I revisit it and come out in action. Because that's my comfort zone. It's a space, my personal space that I've created with the things that I want. Just visit, come back. Just go within. Come back. That's power to withdraw, which is also power to detach, power to disengage, power to something, power to introspect. So for this week, let's practice couple of things. One is you can download the app, B-Zone, and every hour remind yourself to withdraw. If not every hour, at least, couple of times a day. Second, can you create a silence time? That means disengaging from all the gadgets that we have. A silence time. So say like 15 minutes, put your phone on mute, silence, just that alone me time. Try to step into this space, this inner world, this inner room of light. Decorate this room. Just sit there, just be there for some time, then come back in action. But in those 15 minutes, no messages, no reminders, no other calls, nothing. So time out. You know how parents give time out to their kids? It's giving time out to the self. Right? So that's power to withdraw. Time outs. It's really important because it gives time to self-reflect, to contemplate, and then come back. So giving these time outs. So using meditation, the app B-Zone. Second, disengaging, silencing the phone, gadgets, all of that, and giving timeouts. And you can increase this timeout slowly. And you'll start to see that you become comfortable being with the self. Many a times we say that, oh, I feel lonely in my own company, or I don't enjoy my own company, or I need people around because I'm so scared of being alone or experiencing loneliness. But through practicing power to withdraw, we will start enjoying our own company. Okay, so let's take this as a practice for this week. Till I see you next week. And feel free to send me messages or topics that you would want us to cover. And have a great week. Any questions? Right?
Sister, I have a question. So, in case, if we have some kind of a misunderstanding with someone, especially in our family or sometimes in our office, and we kind of meditate and then give good wishes to the other person, right? Sometimes it seems to work, sometimes it is not. The only advantage I get by doing it is by saying I won't get into the muddle. But that doesn't mean that things change. So, do we just keep meditating or just wishing that person or getting away from that person?
So, first, I have to understand and ask myself, why am I choosing to meditate? Am I meditating because I want to see something different in that person, or am I meditating because I want to meditate? I want to become a better person. I want to experience space. So that's the first thing I have to understand. Am I practicing meditation for myself, or am I practicing it for someone else? And when the answer is that I'm doing it for myself, and when I'm practicing this for my spiritual growth, for my spiritual awakening, for increasing the powers in me to become a better person, right? So when I understand that, I just keep on doing it. During the process or on this journey, I will see a lot of changes happening in my relationships, in the way I perceive people and relationships, all of that. I'll see all of that. But I have to be very clear that why am I doing it? When we talk about giving good wishes or empowering the other person, I also have to ask myself this, that can I empower the other if I am not empowered myself? No? So it will show results, but it will be very temporary. No? So I have to keep checking myself. Change happens in the other person, great. The example that I was sharing about the sister, who kept, who gave this space to the brother, and, but in that process, um, she actually was not getting affected by his behavior, not looking for, oh, is the change happening? How soon is it happening? Or is he going to, no, actually, it's a complete disengagement. Yesterday we were discussing this, that many a times when we have desires, the desire, and it could be any desire, even this very small desire of seeing change in the other, or their behavior towards me changing, or getting a thank you or appreciation or approval from the other. These desires in us, in Hindi it's called ichha. No? So these desires in us, they're not letting us become acha, which is good. These little desires, because now I'm looking at something external. I want something. I'm expecting something. And this expectation is not letting me be the 100% good that I can be. It's still trying to pull me. So really to check, is there a desire when I'm practicing meditation, or when I choose to, practice any kind of awareness, or even when I'm performing some good actions, is there a desire? In the Bhagavad Gita, we know, right, that just perform your action, don't look at the fruit. So that's what it is. Just continue your meditation practices. The fruit will happen. But if I'm only focused on the fruit, then actually I'm not practicing this to 100%. The icha is not letting me become acha, is not letting me become, that 100% of my capacity. Yeah, do you get it?
Yes. So, for clarification, the result might be something different, not to attach ourselves to the results.
Yeah. And it could be something completely different,
Completely different. Okay.
not even what I'm expecting.
So, our objective is just to purify ourselves.
Exactly, to become a better version, to really look at things differently, operate from a higher consciousness, be more forgiving, have more mercy. That's that's how we should be. That's our focus on this spiritual path, or even as human beings, actually, right? So it's just that we expect a certain kind of an outcome in our life, but sometimes, we say that it's our plan versus God's plan, right? We don't know what God's plan is, and we ask for there was a very sweet picture I had seen. There was this picture where a little child was was holding on to this little toy, right? This little sweet teddy bear. And then there's God asking her to give that. Uh, and she's like, no, because God, on the other hand, he was hiding a big teddy bear. You understand? So sometimes I'm holding on to something that's so important to me, and I think this is my outcome or this is what I want. But maybe there's something bigger and higher waiting for me. But my desire is only in tune with that little outcome, right? So as my energy shifts and as my energy becomes more and more elevated, something more beautiful, or the outcome could be just something more wonderful than what I was even expecting.
Yes, understand, sister. Thanks. And I think of it whenever I think, contemplate on this. This seems to be the truth, right? Um, but sometimes I start doubting it. Like, um,
The habit,
yeah.
right? It's the habit. We're so used to our old ways of thinking,
Mhm.
and that's why the consistency and discipline of every day is important. That's why the study of spirituality or the study of Raj Yoga meditation is an everyday study. And believe me, it's even after so many years of practicing meditation, every day there's something new uh, that I learn about my own self, that I learn about my own behavior. Or, so it's an ongoing thing. But also I have to love the study. I have to really enjoy this transformation that actually is happening. And sometimes, I keep asking that you know, is transformation even happening? Sometimes I can't even see if it's happening, but it is happening. I know it's happening because the way you respond to situations, the way you look at things is different. So you know that it happened, but it's just that probably it was not noticed. No?
It was not
So
noticeable.
it's not noticeable. So have faith, but it's also what is important is that consistency and discipline. Really, it's every day. It's every day, every moment. In fact, yesterday we were talking in the class that um, sometimes we don't even we think that everything is fine. Now we live in this dual um, kind of a dual personality, right? Like we don't want to address our issues because I'm so and we portray something outside that, oh, I'm fine, everything is great. Or, yeah, I think positive all the time, I don't hold on to things, I'm so great at forgiving, I forgive everybody. But actually, I'm not in touch with my true, right? I'm not being honest sometimes. So even checking, as I say something, do I really mean it? Is it really happening? Right? Like that kind of awareness, that kind of checking is needed and is important. Not putting on a fake uh, exterior, showing that, oh, everything is fine. But just going within and checking, yeah, like, okay, does this hurt me? And it's okay, yeah, it is. It does. Now, how do I change it? Just like an everyday learning and growing. That's what it is.
Thank you, sister.
All right. Q. So have a good spiritual journey. Please be consistent. and create a discipline of time also is important. So create this discipline of time, consistency in our spiritual effort, and you'll see how things change in our life, right? All right. So till I see you next week, and we have two more powers left. We have power to pack up, which is also called power to let go, and we have power to cooperate. So we have like 8 powers, out of which we completed 6. It's on the website. It's on the YouTube channel. You can listen to them. And next 2 weeks, we will cover 2 remaining powers. Okay. So Om Shanti. See you next week.
Om Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti.